My name is Dorothy MacKenzie. I was a Sac before I was MacKenzie, and I lived here all my life. And my mother's from Conn River, Newfoundland. I don't know how she met my father, but they were living in Elmisdale, my father and the family. And the Indian Affairs told them, if you move up here, we'll get you guys get all new houses. So that they moved up here. And the ones from Sheet Harbor House, they moved down there. They were all related. There was not too many houses, I guess, when they moved up. My father made it like a cabin or camp or something up Burma Road. You know where the brook is? He was a carpenter, but he didn't go to school. He was just smart. That's where I get it from. No. I remember going to school, and the teacher will say, "We're going on a picnic." Oh, we're right happy. Where we went? Burma Road. Sit under the apple tree. There was a whole bunch of apple trees. We thought that was good. Every house they go to, and then you plant potatoes and everything. It was good. And then my father used to give us 10 cents. You fill up this bag. Then we take them over in my mother in the house, and my father had a great big bin upstairs, where he put potatoes. He put them in, had a whole bunch, carrots and cucumbers and you name it. Even the strawberries, they're still up there by Big Jerry's. My grandmother, I remember her. She had her stuff downstairs, her meat, and I went down, and she was showing me. She had a hole in the ground and a cover, and she said, "That's all my meat." And there was no bugs, or there was something. I remember this old lady. She lived up Burma Road, and I think it was Katie's mother. Her name was Mrs. Woods. She used to walk down to the store where the cops lived. There was a store there. And she had an oil can, one of those oil cans. And she'd get her oil, and then she'd get her grocery. And she'd walk all the way back up with her stuff. No sweat. Nowadays, nobody can walk anywhere. And I remember we had a well down a hill. Take 2 buckets, and especially in winter time it'd be very slippery, You don't know if you're gonna fall or what. But it was fun. Nobody complained. And they had dances, good dances, all kinds of fiddlers. And the only thing they dance is the polka. That's where they get their legs strong, I guess, to walk. And they walked. Oh. My father used to go and catch eels, big bags, couple of bags, and they sit and clean them all night. He'd take them to Halifax and sell them in that market. Yeah, catch everything. And we used to eat everything. That's why we're healthy. Yeah, rabbits, porcupines. And then when you clean your house, you get on your knees and scrub and brush. Then you head upstairs and downstairs, the steps. Yeah, me and Aggie will say, which one you want to do? Pick it up. No mind it at all. That was on a Saturday. Then we walked to Shuby to a theater, to a movie. 10 cents to get in. If you had a quarter, you're laughing. Jerry Martin Sack and Louis Foote, remember him? Oh, he was, well, my mother had him before she got married. But he used to come. He was in the residential school. We used to go down there and visit him. Yeah.
And Aggie?
Yeah, and Aggie's the oldest. Yes, yeah. You had no lights, just a lamp. You go outside, it's very dark, like you close your eyes. Once in a while you see somebody coming with a lantern, a flashlight. And Mr. Duncan was the cop then. He walk around with a big light. We see it, boy, we all run, hide in the bushes. If he catch us, he tell us go home. And next door to us was Sachs, Billy Sachs. That's Earl Sachs' father and Henry's. They lived next door, eh? And they had a horse. They had few chickens too. It wasn't very big. The road was all dirt. There was only a few houses up there by the church. I think it was Dunnan's grandfather, I think. He was very old. Yeah, there was a lot of things to do. And then you can go get a fiddle or anywhere because there was lots of them, eh? And to pay them, I guess they gave them home brew. Come on outside and you play all night. And they dance all night. We walked in by Brown Flats, the only way to come in, up that hill. And there was Bill Pauls and a family, they lived down there way on top of a hill, like.
Brown Hill, right?
Yeah. Not too many was living there then. Yeah, I remember them. Used to walk to school, storming or whatever, and you walk. Snow. Now they got buses here. I know my father used to go pick it and have it in the fridge, like alder, and go over meadows by the bridge. Just pick, I don't know, I forget the name anyway. Used to have all kinds of medicine. I guess nobody really went to the, doctors like now. Coasting and skating, and this was fun. Me and Aggie got skates for Christmas, eh? And we had a little pond in front of our house yard. And the girls will come over, like, eh? And they had no skates, so we'll let them skate a little while and the other ones and share the skates. Eh? Yeah. These are the guys that came. I think they were all Frenchmen. They built the school and had a nurse's place and all the houses they built. And it's my father right there. And there's his brother up there, Freeman Sack.
Joe?
Yeah, Freeman.
I thought you said it was...
Yeah, that's his nickname, Chappie.
Yep, nickname.
And there was another guy, Don Sears. He lived up Tough Street. I don't know if hardly anyone know who he was, but I remember him living up there. And they all worked with these guys. Or Mr. Henniger, I don't know if anybody remembers him. And then the Indian Asian, they built that house. And the nun's place, they built that. Boy, they were going right to town, didn't take them long. This is my grandmother and my grandfather. I think the picture was taken in Elmsdale when they lived in Elmsdale.
What's their names?
Oh, yeah, Mary Jane. Well, she was a Howe. And this my grandfather's Martin Sack. And he used to go to church on Sunday and make sure the people are all sitting down and listening to the priest. And if you giggle or something, he'll get mad at you. I remember that. He used to dance, Indian dance real good. And he'll sing in Indian too. I don't know how old was he when he died, but My grandmother died first, then he died. Well, it's changed so much now. It's changed, not like it used to be. You even go looking for a porcupine yourself. I remember falling over one, going into Pat, Marie and I and her father, John Maloney, across the road up where she used to live. Yeah, there was a porcupine right there. I fell over him.
That's funny.
Wasn't scared of him though.
When we were young, we lived up by the ball field there. My dad, there was a house there, the family, and what I remember of it is a white horse. I think the horse name was Daisy, I'm pretty sure. But that's kind of all I remember. Then we moved because kind of the residential school thing. We moved to Maine. We lived in Maine for a year, and then from there we moved to Boston, and we spent 20-some years. I grew up there. I went to school and everything else. And, that's what I remember of Shuey. The only thing that sticks out is the white horse. I don't know why, but that always sticks in the memory. And yeah, I guess the RCMP come down with the priest, and he told my mother to get the kids ready. And my mom, she sent Richard in the woods to get my dad because he was cutting wood. And he come out, and then next thing I know, there was a truck in the yard, and Mom just took what we needed, and we got in the truck. We lived in Maine for a year, and then from there we moved to Boston and stayed in Boston for, I don't know, 20-some years, 29 years or so I lived there, maybe more. And then that was it. And I hear a lot of people talking about the residential school and everything. I seen the movie, the stories and all that. And I'm glad my mother wanted, she didn't want us to go through that. When we moved away from here, my mother spoke Mi'kmaq all the time. But when we got in Boston, she wouldn't speak it around us. She'll go over, there was this lady, they call her Bella, would go over there and they'd start speaking Mi'kmaq, and they'd send us outside and we'd play outside until they were done, then we'd go back home with Mom. I don't know if she was afraid that someone might know that we were native and we ran away from Canada or whatever, but I'm glad that they did that. They didn't want us to go to the residential schools. After being in Boston for so long and all the years, and finally come home, and I think I came home like 3 times, and then the 4th time I just said, I'm going to stay here. I like it. We worked. My brothers and I worked. When I got old enough, my brothers were iron workers, Joe and Richard and Levi, and then they got Henry and I into it, and we just worked all over the place. All over the States and Nova Scotia, different places we worked, up Cape Breton and everything. But it was a good life. I like it. Because I know I hung around with like a lot of different people that did traditional stuff. I talked to Doug Knock, would talk to me a lot, but David Gio, he called me over one day and he said, I want you to come to my house and I'm going to talk to you. I was thinking, I didn't do anything wrong. I went there and it was just the way he talked. He just said what he was going to say. And he said, I want to start teaching you some stuff. I got into the sweats, got into the ceremony teachings and different things like that. And I have a pipe. I earned my pipe. I actually have 4 pipes today. I have a red one, a black one, and a white one. And they say the white pipe is the strongest pipe. But, the rocks were given to me, and I just carved them. And that's just what I do. I do a lot of tradition. I don't drink. I haven't drank in over, God, I don't know, 25 years or more. I don't do any drugs or anything, but I like the traditional way we do. And I talk to the kids down to school. I bring my stuff down there, and I show them my eagle fan and my feathers and different things and a rattle. And it's good. I like it. I like to see our people to keep our teachings and to learn from that, Because right now, our language is just about gone here. No one speaks it. just the elders, and the elders are losing them. I like what I do, and I like the people who showed me this way. It was Dave Gio, and I danced with William Nevin in Big Cove, Sun Dancer. I danced there, then we danced out west, and you know, it's right in here. It's in your heart, because once you're dancing, and they didn't tell me about getting pierced. They saved that until the last end. But you have to make your pegs. They're about maybe that thick, about that long. Then they'll grab you and they'll cut you. They'll stick the pegs in. And before that, they get the tree. We have to get the tree. We cut that down. And we dig a hole. It's about maybe 6 feet deep or more. We cut the tree down, and all the dancers go down. The guys and everyone, they will carry it back up. We put it in the ground. But before we put it in the ground, we tie our prayer ties. We make red cloth with prayer ties, and we put them on there. The prayers are for like your family members and Mother Earth and the water and everything that you can think of to pray for. And then after that, when we tie our ropes on the tree, and then we pull the tree up and it goes in the ground, we cover it up, and then the dance starts. So we'll probably start the next morning. There's no food or no water for the 4 days we dance, and it's very good. And you suffer when you get pierced. And if I drag buffalo skulls, they pierce my back, and I drag the buffalo skulls. But all the guys do that. A lot of guys do that. And the women, they get pierced in their arms. We pierce their arms, and you have to give something. You know, the only thing you have to give it's your body. It's what's the only thing that you have that it's really yours. You become so attached when you're in that circle, and all the people are around the arbor and they're watching you, and you don't talk to them. You don't talk to them, you don't look at them, and you're there to pray for forgiveness, I guess, and for your people. Not just your family, but for all the people, the elders that are sick, the babies that are sick, and life itself. We have young people now going into the sweats with us, and they're funny. They're funny. Oh my God, they're good. You explain everything to them, and as soon as they crawl in that door, it's all forgotten. And they sit there, and you have to tell them, shh, you gotta be quiet, you gotta do this. Okay, and they're right loud. But they're good, you know, and first thing they say, how hot is it gonna get, man? I said, well, if it gets too hot, you let us know, and then we'll open the door for you. Okay, and some get out the first round. And then we do 4 rounds, and then, you know, we're all coming out, we're sitting there talking, and the kids are saying, hey man, when's the next one? When's the next one? I'm going to bring my brother, I'm going to bring my sister. And I said, wow. And it started like that. So we had some good kids coming in there, a lot of kids that are interested. And it's a part of our culture to help the youth and help the elders. And I never realized how life was until you look back at your own life and what you did and the mistakes you made, and you know, that's done. You can't do anything more about it. You can start a new life and build a good life. You know, help the people, help the children. And like the baddest thing we have today is the drugs. And it's on every place, on and off the reserve, no matter what culture or what color you are, it's there. It's like a disease, and it's eating all the people up. All the people, no matter where they live or what color they are there. It's bad. I pray for good stuff for our people.